Hello everyone, welcome back to the Dork Side. I'm the Dork in the Road, and today we're going to talk about 5 things I love about my Suzuki DRZ400. That's right everyone, I'm the Dork in the Road and I want to be your internet riding buddy, so please consider subscribing and don't forget to turn on those notifications so that you know when I post awesome new content just like this. So I've owned my DRZ400 for almost a year now. It's a very fun, very capable, awesome dual sport motorcycle. One of the most fun bikes I've ever ridden. I feel like I have enough experience with the bike now to kind of share the things that I love about it. So my 5 favorite things I love about the DRZ400s. This is part 1 of a 2-part series. Part 2, 5 things I hate about my DRZ400, will be up soon. I'll put a link here as soon as it's available. But to get started, let's just jump right into the 5 things that I love about my DRZ400s. Number 1 thing I love about my DRZ, it has basically unlimited, on-demand, low-end torque and a very smooth throttle response in my experience. It is very forgiving to have a lot of low-end torque whenever you want it, whether you come up to a hill climb and you realize partway up that you didn't get enough speed at the beginning, you don't have enough momentum, there's always a little bit more. The DRZ's always got some to give. It's helpful to get over obstacles. It's just really fun. It makes wheelies super easy. If I can do a wheelie on it, anyone can. Believe me, that's a very ringing endorsement if you know anything about how crappily I normally ride. Navigating technical uphills, it's really nice to have that extra torque to get over whatever bumps or whatever you come across. It's really nice to know that you have the power on demand to get over or through basically whatever the trail or road or whatever you're riding can throw at you. It is a godly amount of manageable, useful, on-demand, low-end torque, and that is unique to the DRZ among at least the bikes that I've ridden and spent a bunch of time on. So I love that about it. Very confidence inspiring. Number 2 thing I love about the DRZ400 is the suspension. It is amazing and a huge upgrade from the suspension on other bikes that I've ridden and owned in the past. The DRZ suspension is particularly good for someone who is a little heavier, like me. The adjustability is fantastic and top-notch, so you can set it up exactly the way that you want it. I feel like it punches above its weight class in terms of the capability of the suspension. You get a lot for what you pay, what is a more inexpensive dual sport motorcycle. It's a proven formula, a proven setup that's lasted a long time, sturdy, long lasting, without major defects, or it works well in technical rocky terrain with a lot of unexpected bumps and stuff. It handles jumps well, it keeps your bike feeling very planted and secure. There's a lot about the DRZ that's very confidence inspiring, and I find the suspension to be one of the biggest things. The number 3 thing I love about my DRZ400 is the reliability and the easy maintenance. The DRZ is a proven design. It's been around for 20 years, basically unchanged. It has acquired a reputation for ultimate reliability. It's a very simple machine, proven, tested, millions and millions of miles ridden over 20 years and countless thousands, tens of thousands, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of motorcycles sold. You know that this design can take almost anything, and it's been put to the test and ridden all over the world. And the other nice thing is the maintenance. Maintenance intervals are very long, which is awesome, but they're also, this bike is just, it's so reliable and so dead simple that it's very forgiving if you are a lazy or incompetent mechanic. I'm both of those things. If you forget to do your maintenance or you're reluctant to do your maintenance, even though you should do those things and that's what's best for the bike, it's probably not going to fail on you. It's going to be forgiving of those things even if you're ignoring tasks that needs to be done. And even if you have ignored it for a while, there's a good chance you're still within the maintenance interval because they're that long. Compared to more modern high-performance bikes which have much smaller maintenance intervals, require much more maintenance, much more upkeep, or much less forgiving of forgetting to do those things, the DRZ is a dead simple stone club caveman motorcycle, will never let you down, and if you're a lazy or crappy mechanic like me, it's the perfect bike because it's forgiving of things like that. Number 4 thing I love about my DRZ is it is so fun. It may be the most fun motorcycle I've ever ridden. It's definitely the most fun motorcycle I've ever owned. I don't know what it is, but riding it is just pure joy. It's got a throttle that just begs you to twist it in every situation, on-road, off-road. Street tires, it's super fun on the road. You put knobbies on it and it's insanely fun on the trails or on gravel roads. and everywhere in between. It's just really fun to ride. It's fun to lean over. It's very capable, forgiving. It'll take you wherever you want to go. It's very rare that you look at its thing and say, I wonder if I can ride up there, and you can't. The bike is always going to be more capable than at least me as a rider, and many of you I'm sure too. It's confidence inspiring, it's fantastic, and it will get you there basically no matter what you throw at it, and you're going to have a fantastic time along the way. So I never have a bad time riding my DRZ. Even like riding it on the highway for an hour is not the most fun thing, but man, you get into a corner, you're constantly looking left and right at every gravel road that you could be taking. It's just a fun motorcycle to ride, particularly anywhere but on the highway, like city streets, surface streets, logging roads, trails. It's so fun all the time. You can flog this motorcycle hard and put it away wet if you want to. It'll start right up the next day. It can do anything you want it to do. It's so versatile. You can ride on the highway. It can be an adventure bike. It can be your dedicated trails bike. It can be the bike you commute to work on. You can load it up with luggage and go motocamping. You can ride it on the highway if you want. Like, it will do all these things. It's that versatile, and that's what's so fun about it. It can do anything any other motorcycle can do. Maybe not as comfortably or as well, but it can do it. It's without limitation. There's almost nothing the DRZ can't do, and that is what is so fun about it and why it's so popular. And just insanely durable, right? You can crash it down a cliff, you could bury it underground for 10 years, dig it up, put some gas in it, turn the key, and the damn thing is going to start. It's just always going to be there and ready for you. And that's fun, because it's a lot more fun to be out on the bike than it is to be in the garage fixing it, in my opinion. Number 5 thing I love about the DRZ is the parts availability, aftermarket parts availability, and the community that you can tap into. So, like I said, design that's been around for 20 years, unchanged, which means there's 20 years worth of aftermarket parts, both new and used, out there and available for you to get and put on your DRZ, which means there are cheap parts, which means there are people who have the knowledge and expertise of installing them. They can tell you which parts are good and which parts aren't. If you have a weird issue where your blinker won't turn on, probably 5,000 people in the past have had that same issue, because it's just, there's so many of them out there. And if you can just tap into the community on Thumper Talk or any of the other forums, you can get the answer to your question. You can probably find a YouTube video covering how to fix whatever issue you're having. Trying to figure out how to install your mods? There's a YouTube video on DRZ mods. I should know I have one. I'll link it right here. Ding. There you go. Check that one out. There's a wealth of knowledge you can tap into, a very available aftermarket parts, OEM parts, and used. There's so many like non-running DRZs out there with parts just begging to be bought cheaply and put onto your bike, and they're all interchangeable because they're basically the same every model year. So a lot to tap into there. I love that about the DRZ. So that's 5, and the bonus, number 6 thing. You thought you were gonna get 5, you're getting 6. I think mine looks awesome. The black rims with the black fairings and the black tank looks fantastic. I really, really like the look of at least my bike, the 2020. Admittedly, I don't love some of the classic yellow older colors as much, but as far as the look, some people think it's an ugly bike. I don't at all. I think it's a bike that is purpose-built, it's 100% function, and that in itself is an attractive, cool-looking design. I just think it looks cool and aggressive and awesome, and I love my black DRZ. So that's 6 things that I love about my Suzuki DRZ400s. Don't forget to check out the 5 things I hate about my DRZ400s, because like every bike, it's not perfect. It has some downsides. I'll link that video in the description below. But for now, and as always, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Excellent!